down both sides. Take the pin here, releases the on. It's got this little catch right here. It's right in that little catch. Then we go to the other side and do the same thing. But on this side, we make sure we have a hold of the awning when we undo it. Reason being is if we don't have a hold of the awning,
It'll fall.
it'll go up. It'll go up fast.
Okay.
It'll make a lot of noise when it hits.
Okay.
So we just kind of let it go up. Let it go.
Okay.
And we just go through and do our travel locks.
Okay.
This is where the stool really comes in handy.
Yeah. Is it a jar or something? What's that? A jar or something? Okay.
These things a lot of times don't quite line up, so you end up having to just push them into place a little bit. Just tighten them down. Like I said, with the stool, much easier. Without a stool, not so much fun. Screen door, it's got that little latch there to undo. You can do your deadbolt and your regular lock from the inside as well. I guess we'll go in from here. From here on out, we're inside.
All right. Okay.
All right, we'll start over here. These are, this one's an outside light. It's this light that's right here.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just interior lights. I'll call these the runway lights. They're on a dimmer inside. We'll get down to this guy. This is your battery disconnect switch. If it's use or store, the only time you'd need to put it in store is if you were leaving it sitting one spot for a while and you didn't want the batteries to drain. This disconnects the batteries from the coach.
Okay.
If you have it plugged in at your house, leave it in use.
Okay.
Reason being is if it's in store, it will not maintain the batteries.
So when I'm going to park it in a storage facility. So what do I do there when I go? Done.
Is it going to be plugged in?
No.
Put it in store.
Okay. Perfect.
Store, basically, it's just basically like taking the battery cables off the batteries.
Okay.
So it won't do anything. It won't draw off the battery.
Okay.
But if you're camping, it's got to be in use.
Okay.
Or if you're out using it, it's got to be in use.
Okay. Perfect.
Make sense?
Yep. Got it.
Okay. So it's got lights here, there. They all over the place with lights.
Okay. Yeah.
I usually just kind of open and close things as I go.
Okay.
Doors, 110 outlets. There's another 110 outlet down underneath there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your Blu-ray and a regular TV or a regular stereo as well. 110 outlet. There's a 12-volt outlet here for, I guess, charging like a cell phone or having an iPod running in there as well.
Okay.
Kick some lights on.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Another 110 outlet. There is access points underneath. Here. And this is to your freshwater tank and your pump. And basically the rest of that is just disconnect switch or anything like that. There is another drain valve or two low point valves right there that are in there, also for winterization. There's also a fuse your pump is fused, so if for whatever reason, if your pump stopped working, you could get access underneath here and check the fuse.
Okay.
And that is right here in this little black deal.
Okay. But I don't technically need to come in here and do this. If I pay for it to be winterized, you're doing all
We're
this.
going to do all this anyway.
So technically, I'm never, in theory, going to have to go in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case of emergencies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good.
You have a LP detector here. It picks up propane, the whole 9 yards. If it starts going off, get out.
Yeah.
Shut your propane tanks off, open up all the windows and let it go. They will go off, false alarm kind of type situation, so it's usually not a complete panic every time. This is the furnace.
Okay.
This is the exhaust for the furnace where all the hot air comes in.
Okay.
They're covered.
Okay. Okay.
Let's move on. I guess let's go over. You want to go over the bed as well?
Sure.
Or you,
Oh, I know how to do the bed, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that just unhooks from
people-
those sides and
yeah.
then push down, right?
yeah, it just sits in there and then the mattresses. Some people like to go over the bed, some people don't. So I usually just ask.
Yeah, it just sits on top of that stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We'll move right on. We'll just go through all the LP stuff
Okay.
first, all the appliances first.
Okay.
Your stove. Here's that. Aha! Has an igniter for the top, basically 3 burners. You turn it to light.
So it's already oh, okay. So I don't have to do anything when I get to the place today. It'll already just turn on. Okay.
Yours is, the tank's already open.
Okay.
If you run out, it takes a while to get propane there,
Okay.
because you end up with a lot of air in the lines. And usually about the first time you fire it up, after it's sitting for a while, it'll be hard to do. So it's not. You use to get it to light.
Okay.
Your oven has a pilot,
Okay.
and it does not light itself.
Okay.
And it is way down here. So you can see that little where the flame's just kind of licking. You turn this to pilot, hold it in. If I could see, which I can't. Is it lit? Nope. I can't see.
Okay.
There it's going. You can see the little blue flame there.
Okay, so
So
I
you-
just put the flame by that.
Yeah. You
And I
hold,
turn-
You hold this, turn it to pilot, hold it in,
Okay.
till the little blue flame appears, hold it for a few more seconds, and then you can turn it on.
Okay.
And we'll remove the combustible items from there. That'd be
Yeah.
a good plan.
So every time I want to use it, I have to light it, and then when I'm done, it turns itself off. When I turn it off, does the pilot go out?
That's where you look at your knob. Your knob has a pilot on setting. That's with the pilot still on. Then you can turn it to off, and that shuts the pilot off.
Okay. And
What I suggest you do, always turn it off.
That's what I was thinking.
Because the reason being is if you forget to turn that pilot off, you drive down the road and it blows out, then you're going to fill the coach full of gas.
Okay.
That's never a good thing.
No, so always turn it off after I'm done cooking in it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then relight it.
Yep.
Easy to relight. Okay.
Easy to relight.
Okay.
And then we'll move on from there to your fridge.
Okay. Can we turn the fridge on to start it going?
Yep.
That's all you did?
Yep. On
John?
off.
Oh, yeah.
You have a gas setting, which
Okay.
is this button out. Auto setting, which is in. What I suggest, just leave it on auto. What auto does is if for whatever reason you don't have 110 or you lose power to the coach, it automatically switches to gas.
Perfect. Perfect.
So if for whatever reason you're at a horse show and somebody unplugs your cord, you're not going to lose everything. It's just going to switch to gas.
Perfect. Okay.
So it's got, just an ice box that's up here. And then just your regular storage. There's a kind of a thermostat deal here. It works somewhat. Higher is colder. Usually about
Okay.
there is where we leave them.
Okay. Okay. Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay, now it's on that. It'll start cooling. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
And then once you're moving down the road, it's not. So it will get
So
colder because the electric side is 110.
Okay.
You don't really want to drive down the road with the gas going. Some
Okay.
people do, some people don't.
Okay.
I don't really suggest doing it.
Okay. So when I'm driving tonight, I shouldn't have food in it.
If you leave, the best suggestion I usually give people when they're doing that, if you have it cooled down before you go, you get down to where you camp, you get it, or go and cool it down. Before you leave, I like to freeze, like the small milk jugs,
Yeah.
and just stick them in there
Okay.
amongst my food.
And it keeps it cooler.
It keeps it cool.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
those little ice packs.
Yeah.
That way when you're traveling. These things do have, if you keep them shut, you can go 12 hours pretty easily without
Okay.
any issue.
Okay. So today, right now we're starting to cool it. I'll get home. I will put food in it.
Yeah, turn
Put some
on-
ice packs in
yeah.
it, and then when I go to leave, do I turn it off?
Yeah.
So it's not running on the propane,
On
right?
propane, yeah.
Okay. So that's part of I'm pulling out. Turn off that.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see. We'll go right into the panel here since we're done with both those appliances. You don't have a microwave to go over, so.
Okay.
Has an on-off switch. This is your systems panel, your monitor.
Okay.
This is your pump. This
Okay.
supplies water to your coach, so
Okay.
you can hear the pump kick on.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
Always
So
make sure you turn that off before you leave.
okay. So when I get there tonight, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna turn that on when I'm here. Or I mean when I'm at my
When
site.
you're at your site, if you don't have water hookup.
If I don't have water
Yeah,
hookup.
if you
Okay.
have water hookup out there, it's going to supply pressure to all your lines.
So I don't need to touch
Yeah.
that.
That's just if you're dry camping.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. Your monitor panel that monitors your tank.
Uh huh.
Fresh water is full.
Okay.
Gray water empty.
Okay.
Black water is 3/4 full.
How
Didn't
did
get
that?
dumped.
Oh, it didn't.
We flood test them before we.
Oh, can we dump that?
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
I'll do that now.
Okay.